Hi, everybody. Corrie Thorne, the spiritual healer, coming in to do channel messages. I'm trying to get all the February's out. This is January the 29th, and I'm like, I'm just trying to pound out these messages. So, I do have a message coming through for Aries. I think is my next one that I'm doing. I'm jumping all over the signs again. I did that last month, trying to keep them together, but it's not working. My beautiful ladybug. It is like minus 30 here, and all of a sudden a ladybug flew up. So yes, in Scorpio's video, you kind of have my boobs in the video because I leaned in to try to look out my window to see the ladybug because I couldn't believe it. But inside, it's not outside, of course, but out of nowhere flew up this ladybug. And she's been walking around my window ledge. So you just never know. You can't make that shit up. Minus 30, middle winter, northern Alberta. And a ladybug appears. Magic. And that's what I wanted to say for Aries. I think that's the energies. That's magic. Wait for the magic. Believe in the magic. There's a lot of good things. And so I have a softer energy for my Aries this month. And um, I feel like January was, you know, I don't even know. It's almost like I barely remember. Even I know I made your recording. I barely remember it. I barely remember going through it. It's like January has just kind of been like just going through the motions, and it's like um, a non-existent month. And so if you're someone who's been waiting for one of their forecast readings or a reading that was email, it wasn't meant to happen. It's a weird energy, and I'm like, I can't really connect to it. Um, I think it's like it's saving our ass to get us into February here. And I'm not saying February is the best, but there's some different energy for February. So, but there's a peacefulness. And I feel like for most of my Aries energy, it's like just sit back now. I feel like you've put the work in, you've done the work. And I feel like that's the same thing even in your relationships, is that just sit back and relax. Like you can't do anything else. I feel like for some of you, you've been trying to put your all into everything, work, relationship. Sit back. You've done everything you can do. Anything else has to be done on the part of whoever else is involved. You can't keep trying to make everybody's life easy. You can't keep trying to make everybody else's life good. This is time to sit back. So, for Aries, this is a month to acknowledge your own rewards, your own work, what you have done. Oh, you got the cosmic heart. I got the cosmic Christ like, oh, that's what my heart feels like. Oh, this is the beautiful Christ like. Sit in the love. Sit in the blessing. I feel like this is your month of blessings, of honoring the blessings. And behind there, if you look really close, you can see there is, I'm going to call it like the temple. And I just feel like taking you home. I just feel like Aries, you're just coming home. I just want to say, welcome home. You're coming home. You've been on a 12 year, a 24 year, a 24 year, 12-year, 24-year journey, a hike. It could be a 7 year. So for some it's seven, some it's 20, some it's 12, and some it's 24. And it's like the last fucking, and I'm an Aries, and I know the last 20 years, 24 years for me has been like, holy fuck, I don't know if I've got to take my hiking boots out. Oh, sorry, I'm cursing. And I just feel like so it's like watch the tides roll in, sit back, breathe, relax in it, accept it, accept this time, accept this peace. I feel like it's just a sense of freedom. I got freedom and just and I will say this is the Christ like. And I can tell you I've seen it, I've witnessed it, I've been in it. And I'm like, oh, well, I think your reading's over now. I just give you the message, Aries, and I don't have to give you nothing else. And I just feel like don't try to fill it up and just don't try to make anyone else fit into your life. Don't try to make anyone else be like, don't try to change you for anyone else this month. Like feel like for most of you, this is the energy. For some of you, I feel like it's an acceptance. You're struggling to accept that it's you, accept that that you're enough, and you're still, you're trying to please someone else's fears and insecurity. Don't bother. Don't bother. There's some purchases, there's some success, but this is a successful energy, and I feel like this is going to trail you through for a few months. Um, you got your second ray of wisdom coming out. I got two cards stuck together here for you. And this is the beautiful Alana Fairchild. I love Alana Fairchild cards. I have lots of her decks, love her work. Um, and they're laying on top of my deck of Oracle cards. So if you see up here, this is the Everyday Goddess Oracle. That's the cover to my deck of Oracle cards. Over there, that's Divina. She's one of the amazing goddesses in the everyday. So it's the everyday goddesses, it's the everyday woman who's had to walk from her shadows and coming forth, stepping into her light, stepping away from the shadows, stepping away from all the things that were a problem for everyone else and you believed were a problem for you, owning that shit. And so you really are owning you. And so I have the second and the third ray and the cosmic heart. And the second is that third eye. And this is the beautiful Mother Mary energy and the second ray of wisdom and owning the divine wisdom and the divine knowledge. And that's what I feel like you're sitting in and your creativity. I feel like you are breaking free, you're breaking open, you're coming out. And as you can see, everything else has been deserty, depleted behind. See you rising. It's like you're webbed, you're relaxed, you're not, I don't know, relaxed, but you've done. You're done. You've done it all. You've been there. Sit in this, breathe in this. And I'm like, I'm trying to get these out because you're not going to hear a whole lot from me in February. I'm actually going to be very quiet, other than a few small minute things, the littler things, and um, and knowing full well that I'm quieter but busy. I'm still gonna be around, but just there just feels like there's not a lot to say. You have nothing left to say. You have nothing left to prove. You have nothing left to do. For some of you, you're giving birth to new babies. You're finding out you're having babies. There's pregnancy. There's rebirth. If you're like me and 50 years old, and it's funny, my daughter said to me, I said I wasn't well, and she said, "Oh, are you pregnant?" I'm like, "Well, that's kind of impossible, and I am going to be 50 years old, but I guess I am in that pregnancy stage, and I'm giving birth to a lot of new things, including my oracle cards, giving birth to a lot of new ideas, thoughts, and that's where we are. So for Aries, there's a calm, there's a gentle. You're not holding up to the big parts of the energy. You're actually sitting in the passion, the being passionate towards for things that are about you, being still kind, considerate. And I just feel like it's like somebody's trying to suck onto the side of you, like vampire. Ah, so on your divine feminine side, there is a there is a leech, a vampire, a energetic vampire trying to stick onto you, trying to hang on to you, and it's like we're catching it in midair, and I'm like, we're putting divine protection down the one side because we're not going to cover up that part of you. We're not going to like, and it's just like, and it's funny. I put my hair over to the right today. I'm sorry, over to no, sorry. I'm in the screen. So yeah, so it would be on your left. I'm on my right. So it's like for me, this is my right side. No, so on your right side. Sorry, I got to get this right. What are you telling me? Nope, they said stay with your left. So for you, on your left side, for each and every one of you, for on your left side is where, so the protection is the button. So for the protection, it is protecting the left side of me. And so my hair I put to the left side to protect, I guess not even knowing to protect the divine feminine from these vampire energies that would try to come in. So, and by that, what I mean is somebody trying to cut your throat. Let's put it sweetly. Be cautious and aware of somebody with a sweet smile and a pretty face trying to cut your throat because it is around you. And I just feel like somebody is trying to cut your throat. And don't, and it's funny because Gabs, something just come up and I'm like, what is that? And it's like, so I just feel like be protective of what is yours, guard what is yours, hold it safe, and don't let that energy in around you this month. And if it seems too pretty, too nice, too sweet, then know that sometimes it is. And whoever's subscribing to my channel, I know you're probably the greatest kind of energy in the world, and it's not you, but it just showed up at that time. And so I just got the invitation by air. I feel like you're being invited to let yourself in the this is and this always represents Sedona to me. And that's Arizona is my favorite place in the world. Palm Springs, I don't care anywhere. That's that kind of deserty red rock energy. But I feel like you're being invited to open up and let and send all of your worries and all of your stress out and to call in your divine protection. So for all Aries, for all of you born and for everybody, but I'm calling in the divine protection to cloak us in love and loving protection without fear, but in love and light, that you can sit and rest in the peace and know that what is yours cannot be taken away from you, and what is not yours will go freely. And that's it. It's like, don't try to force nobody in your life. Don't try to bring in people you don't need in your life. Sit in your energy. Let yourself be. And the seventh ray on the ritual order, and this is all the way into our right, all the way into 44. This is the divine energy. You are awakening, opening, fully exposing the divine feminine and order and ceremony and ritual. I just feel like there's like, give yourself a little ritual place where you set up your little altar. Um, Mine is kind of in two spots right now. I'm rearranging. So mine is normally like around here somewhere is where I set it up. Over right now, it's over here. Have your little altar. Have your little spot that's for you. That's only for you. Make a commitment to yourself every morning to spend time sitting with you. I actually spoke about that with my card, with the purity card this morning, and so I'm also going to pull that card out again because I spoke about it in my minute reading. And this is like those pause moments. It's not is we think about all the hard times and then we don't think about the most successful thing is that pause moment of when you don't care about nothing else, you just sit in this, and this is purity, it is zero, it is wholeness. You are coming full circle. You've done your part, you've done your job, you can rest in this now and just know that what awakens and what comes out is just this big beautiful energy. And if you're masculine, it's also the same story. So if you're a male who's listening going, what the fuck, how come there's nothing for me? Well, it is because it's the same thing. Stop trying to be everything for everybody. Just be okay and accept the beautiful Christ-like energy that's being given to you, being bestowed upon you for the divine healing. And it's like everything that you've been holding on to, all karma debt that goes 7, 12, 14, 7, 12, 14 years. I feel like it is all ending for you now. You've served your time, it's being set free. And it's that dark night of the soul. And the validation of this is that you've taken the travel, that dark night of soul. And some of you are just getting ready to go in there. And that's why the quiet time. And that's not a bad thing, and just holding your light, like knowing that you're strong enough, confident, you are in your light enough right now to take that journey, that you're able to go there so that you can release, surrender, let go, so you're not doing old shit all over again. And you're not believing the stories of the past that you have been told. And if, like I said, if some people have to fall away from your life right now, so be it. And know that there's a pretty face or a smile or somebody who thinks that they're going to give you all the good things. And don't fall for the temptation this month. Don't be caught in there, and just know that somebody is going to try to cut your throat. Not always, but that's just the energy. It could be you doing that to yourself, self sabotage. The energy is there, and we don't want to let that come to life. So we called in the divine protection and wrapping you in that divine protection, that divine love, and just know that I just feel like you're getting the deal of a lifetime. Everything is only that's freaking funny. An email just popped up says only $12. So the 12, 12, 12. So it's we come full circle. The end of the year is the end of, so it's the beginning. So I feel like the beginning of your years actually is probably just beginning right now, coming into February. By the end of February, it's like fully ready to take on the world, to head back out. You may need a little more time in March, but it just feels like by April, by the time your birthday rolls around mid-March, April, it's like you'll be looking at yourself going, who's that person? But there's a lot of beautiful things for you. So much love. Um, Thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you soon.